sideways. All right, let's do this again. Just roll into it. I'm about 20% throttle. Yeah, I cannot wait for the spring and the summertime. Usually I love cold weather, but now that we have so much power and I've been unable to use any of it, I cannot wait for the racetracks to open, but we need better weather. And today we have that. But we're also on our way to the store to pick up a couple of bolts. No big deal. But I do want to talk a little bit today about fuel. Now you guys know that we put this engine back together in my garage and we beefed it up just a little bit. We put ARP head bolts in it. We did Kinetic head gaskets, copper spray, just to fill in the voids between the heads and the block, just to keep things safe. Oil pump gears, crank sprocket, all of that goodness. But we're still 93. Yeah, the car did make 826 horsepower at 11.5 pounds of boost and 730 pound-feet of torque on 93 pump gas, a little bit of booster in the tank. And the booster was really just there for a little bit of added insurance, a little bit of knock protection. The tune itself from Rob Shoemaker it's tuned specifically for 93. So even though we had maybe a higher octane, it was a 93 tune. But we want to run E85. I have no interest at all in chasing stupid horsepower on 93 gas. We're already doing that, and I think it's time that we start looking into a fuel system. Yes, I want to put this thing on track on 93 on like a moderate boost. Like right now I'm a wastegate pressure, and it's really been honestly too much for the street from this twin turbo system. But E85, that's what we're going to talk about, is fuel system, return cell fuel system. Let's see if we can get a little traction. Oh my God. Yeah, we got a little bit. Wow. Let me recompose. That felt great. Fuel system. I'm getting the looks. This car needs a bath. It needs a deep clean. Fuel system. So what I'm thinking about is Siley versus obviously a twin pump, triple pump 4 system. Yes, 4 is going to win. It's a lot more money, yes. But the thing is, do we need that right now? Because what I would like to eventually do, hopefully within the next, let's say 8 to 10 months, is built sleeve motor in this car with all of the goodies and the big boy fuel system. But for the time being, what about a Siley system? You know, it's basically like a modified GT pump and some other goodies. Yes, they're capable of 1,000 horsepower, and that's about where I want to live. To keep things safe, we could run better fuel, lower boost, and benefit from more power with the E85. So do we need, right off the bat, do we need a 4 twin pump system, for example, on this engine? This is a temporary engine. I want this engine to find its way into another project on the channel. I think it would be awesome to do that. And if I buy the Siley, for example, it's about $1,000 thereabout. You know, we could put that fuel system with this engine into another project, have fun, have E85, have all of that. And then when we do the built sleeved engine, you know, at that time we could do like the big boy 4 and have all of the fuel that we'd ever need. I hate that there's so much traffic. All I want to do is play. We're going to attempt some highway stuff here. It's warmer today, but it doesn't mean that we're going to get any traction. I'm going to do this manually. There it is. That was about 3.8, I think. It didn't break loose. Wow, 6.3. All right, let's do this again. Just roll into it. I'm about 20% throttle. These regular street tires, I know, are just not going to cut it. Let's try it again. All right, that feels amazing. I can only imagine just some better tires, a little bit better weather. We're playing with a lot of power here on the street with some 275/40 Michelin Pilot 4S tires. We need more. We need more. We need some R888Rs. I hear that is like the go-to tire. So, oh, it feels good. The converter feels good. Oh, it just sucks me me in the back of the seat. I love it. We have all of the traction control off. Every bit of it. Yeah, I have no interest in pushing this thing going max effort 93 on a stock bottom end. Yeah, we've beefed up some of the inside of the engine with... All right, gal, I'll let you go. Okay, go. Whatever. I have no interest in chasing and trying to set records with a stock engine on 93 gas. I don't care anything about that. I would rather keep this engine alive for as long as possible. And to do that, we need better fuel. We can certainly run octane booster all the time, but the stuff is expensive. Every single, fill up, it's another $20, $30 on top of the price of the gas going in, on top of the price of 93. E85 is just so cheap, and it's just better all around. That's kind of my thoughts. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think we should do? Yeah, we got traction. What is rattling? Sideways. I'm starting to really fall in love with the this transmission with the converter. It operates kind of weird. It's very, very different than the stock OEM unit. The way it shifts around, stuff like that, and the way that it's just vastly different. What is happening? What is rattling? I don't know. We do have the BMRK member in this car, and that's the first that I've heard some kind of rattle. It's probably not related. I don't know. I love the turbo noises. So much louder in person than they are in camera. This week we're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance, so we did the oil change. I want to verify that, because it was, but I want to re-verify that the fluid levels in the transmission are like they're supposed to be. They're topped off. I want to go around the car, take everything basically apart, all the wheels and stuff like that, and re-verify torque on all of the suspension bits. I do have camber bolts that I got in the mail from Dion. Thank you so much for sending those out to me, BMR Suspension. And basically make sure that we had it good before the drag alignment that's in the car, but we couldn't get the camber correct. So now we have camber bolts, so we got to go back. Fuel system is going to happen sooner than later, and I'm just really thinking, maybe we do Siley. It'll support 1,000 horsepower, which is the most that I really ever want to see out of the stock engine, because it feels so good. Man, it feels so good. This car is an absolute animal. We don't even have it turned up. But yeah, you're playing with fire, especially on 93 pump gas. Yeah, we're putting booster in it, but you're still playing with fire. Eventually you're going to get burned. We got to cool that fire down. The answer is E85. So what I'm thinking is cheap. When I say cheap, I don't mean like we skimp out on fuel. That's the worst thing that you could ever do. You don't want to skip out on fuel, but I think the Siley system, if it indeed will support 1,000 wheel horsepower or 1,100, whatever it does with the turbo car, I think maybe that's the direction that we want to go, and it's a temporary solution. When we pull this engine eventually, built sleeve engine is going to go into it, and then we'll do like a dual pump 4 system, or maybe a triple pump or something, whatever we need. But that can all come at a later time. But we're here at Lowe's, so let me know what you guys think again. Yeah, please comment away. What would you do? Would you save for the 4 system and pair it up with the stock lower that's in it right now, or just say the hell with it, buy the Siley, get this thing on E85 as quick as possible, because there's about $1,000 plus difference between the price of the two. 1,000 horsepower is what the Siley will hold. That's perfect for me. That is plenty of power. 1,000 horsepower is a lot. So whichever direction, be it Siley or 4, we do need to be on the E85. We can run lower boost, gain more power. It's just safer. It's better fuel. Which direction, which company do we want to go with? So let me know in the comments again. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to see further content on this car. There's always something for everybody. So yeah, that's going to do it. I'm going to run inside and take care of what we got to do. And of course you park next to me. Please don't hit my car. Actually, I'm moving. I'm trying to park away from people, and they're like, oh, red car, let me park next to it. Okay. I love this car. I love it. So there we go. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Let me know.